this really is hell? The real hell? I mean, you don't leave purgatory and go to hell and ever come back from that. What if hell is just thinking you're working towards something but never getting there?
I guess you'll find out in a little less than 6 months.
Can you imagine going through all of this for an entire year and then finding out it was all for nothing at the end?
Well, if you quit right now, at least I wouldn't have to listen to you talk about it anymore.
I am Doomsvince, and this is day 158 of Spawn Year.
It's been 4 days since I read in the letters pages that this series was being cancelled, but here we are with yet another random, oh-so-exciting Curse of the Spawn adventure. My Spawn Year wiki is extremely selective about what information I can look up. It's not only updated based on what material I've already reviewed, but some information, like how many issues are in a given series, is never available. I guess Doomsvince likes to keep me on my toes, especially when I'm in the middle of something that's a genuine waste of time and blood, like this has generally been. I don't know why McElroy didn't save his best, and I'd assume from the enthusiasm in his writing, favorite of his original characters for Curse of the Spawn's finale. Pull a Stan Lee and put the thing to rest by doing a story the way he really wanted to do it, like Spider-Man and Amazing Fantasy. Return of Suture isn't a great story, but it would have sent this series off on a high note. It was one of the diamonds in the rough in comparison to the rest of the stories in the book. Or maybe he's got one more Suture story up his sleeve, and this throwaway purgatory thing is just a little fill-in. Maybe the big send-off finally sees Spawn in this book, some epic team-up with Suture to explore their tragic past and rebirths together. Hey, maybe that glimpse of Spawn's cape last issue was foreshadowing that. That's just wishful thinking. With my luck, this will be another inconsistent ending, and we'll get 3 more issues of this generic Custer guy. This is another one of those depressing, pessimistic stories about how much God and heaven suck and how their game with hell screws with people's lives. I get the sense that McElroy and McFarlane sometimes wrote bleak, hopeless stories like this to offset all that predictable, wholesome, happy entertainment people were used to. Like, the only way to really subvert readers' expectations is to destroy any possibility of hope by the end of a story to make us go, wow, that was dark and edgy and serious and stuff. Exploring a sad truth about the world through fiction is one thing. That can encourage us to get up and do something about it. The moral of this story is there are no second chances. It's very simple. The universe doesn't give a crap about us, so don't screw up or you're going to hell. God decides to shut down Purgatory because, according to the angel who comes to Purgatory's keeper Custer with an eviction notice, people are either good or they're evil now, and there's no in-between. This story is clearly set in present day, so that's a load of ridiculous, given that the whole reason Al Simmons is so freaking vital to the big celestial battle is that he has an equal amount of good and evil in him. He could go either way. His whole new existence is an earthly version of Purgatory. Anyway, Custer believes in souls getting second chances, so despite God's orders, he tries to keep Purgatory open, business as usual, and brings a couple armed thieves there upon their death in a fiery car crash at the end of an overly long padded car chase, souls that could go either way. He gives them his ancient spiel. If they can traverse the maze to heaven before the time runs out, they get let in. Otherwise, they fall to their doom to hell. One doesn't make it, and then heaven sets the other ablaze just as he reaches the finish line. Custer is mortified. The angel returns and says people know the way to heaven. They just have to choose light over darkness. So what's changed after all this time? Is this supposed to be a commentary on how things are so much worse now than they've ever been? If so, I don't buy that premise personally, so the whole thing seems absurd, and it's hard not to dismiss it out of hand. On the back of a car on the last panel, we see a bumper sticker that reads John 3:16, of course implying that people just have to accept Jesus and they'll go to heaven. Alright, but biblically that rule was established a couple thousand years ago, so why are we closing Purgatory now? And Custer? Because it's this gatekeeper guy's last stand? Really? I take it back. Please let this be the last issue. Signed, Captain Logan.